Welcome back to AI for Thought, and I'm so excited for today's guest. We have Matty Shimura from ElevenLabs. I am talking to someone from ElevenLabs, and that's exactly where my YouTube channel had started from. When I got tired of recording all of those camera shots and whatnot for my YouTube channel, I moved to ElevenLabs, and we're talking with Matty Shimura here, who's not only giving us the perfect tools for our daily jobs, but now is going to come up with an award ceremony for it.
It begins with a spark, a burst of light in the dark, a question before the answer. From that spark came fire, story, carved in stone and passed through time. Symbols became words. Words sparked revolutions. The world changed. Culture was born. We gathered, we performed, and then voices carried across continents. Images flickered. Dreams were projected into reality. Then, again, everything changed. The internet arrived. Creation exploded. Games, films, the rules bent. And now, we stand at the edge of a new era of technology.
A moment to make our mark!
No gatekeepers, no borders, no excuses.
Just raw passion.
Talent and drive.
This is your shot!
It's your time.
This is the Chroma Awards.
And Matty Shimura, welcome to AI for Thought.
Thank you, Hassan, for having me. Yeah, we're really excited to launch the Chroma Awards, which is what we're calling an Olympics of film, music, and games. So you can think of it like a competition where we're giving free trials away to try out all of these video models, audio models, all the different tools that you would need to make a film, a music video, a game, to get people excited about the medium, to showcase how these tools can empower creativity, not take away from it. We're bringing a lot of cash prizes to it. I think it's over 150,000 US dollars across all the different categories.
Wow.
And it really is a community effort where we have amazing company sponsors from ElevenLabs, but also FreePick, FAL, Dreamina, CapCut, all these amazing ones that you've most likely heard of. You can check out more on our Chroma Awards website. But what we hope is that people are sending their best talent. We have a 2-month submission period, so you can use these free trials. You can really work on amazing projects during that period. And what we hope is that at the end of it, we're able to showcase best-in-class content, not necessarily just, a high volume of what people criticize as AI slop, but rather these really enticing, impactful personal stories and music videos and short films that have creativity at the core of that, have the creator spotlighted in these amazing ways to showcase how much time and effort and passion, because it's our belief that it shouldn't matter where you're from in the world, what language you speak. If you went to film school in Hollywood, or if you know someone at one of the studio lots, what matters most is that you have this amazing creative idea and that you're able to not everyone always has that opportunity. So what we're trying to do is create this platform for people to, even if they have criticisms, even if they have reservations about AI, come in with an open mind, try it at least once, and see how it's really an amazing tool, and people can kind of decide where they fall in terms of the how much they believe in it. And we're trying to, through this competition, solve the adoption issues. We're trying to create new jobs for people, not just, make these empty promises, but for some of the companies and creative agencies who are our sponsors, they're often job opportunities. We're trying to get people's work distributed on these different platforms. We're trying to provide accessibility to the tools. I think for the tools we're giving away, over $1 million worth of credits. So we
Wow.
hope it'll be really a great movement for people to get behind and get motivated by.
Absolutely. And you already have a follower. I'm behind you. I was one of the first 100 followers on Chroma Awards, right? So I am really, really excited about your vision. Like, because I went through your LinkedIn profile, and the only thing that I saw was an intersection between traditional art and modern art, right? And this is the vision that we're trying to introduce here. And AI slop is something that I hate as a comment on my YouTube channel, because this is actually something that a person labors on for hours, right? And now we're going to get awarded for it. So, Matty, my question is, you called it the Olympics of AI, right? Or the Olympics of art, let's say, because we're facing a renaissance here, right? But what if we call it the Oscars of art?
Well, I think there's a combination of both, right? Where we if you consider all of these different companies like countries, they're sending their best talent, they're sending their creative partner programs, they're giving free trials to the tools, and then we also have, as part of the competition, we have an award ceremony. So we have a live stream to announce all the winners. In the future, we might do book out theaters and do screenings. We might do more events. I think this first time we want to keep it remote and virtual to give enough, let enough people participate, where it doesn't matter, if you can buy a plane ticket to attend, because we just have it'll be starting September 1st through this online submission platform. But, I could see it where we have these high profile judges, where we're really bringing a lot of energy to it. And it's our own, way to celebrate the amazing artistry and craft and love and work being done by the people across the industry.
While Matty is being very secretive about the details of the event, I will move on to the next question. Okay, so Matty, how can a person like me sign up to the Chroma Awards and possibly prepare themselves? Because I would consider myself, let's say, a person who knows about AI, may not have used it as much as people like you, but I do consider myself a person who could create art out of it.
Yeah.
But we have three categories. We have gaming. We have Maddie. I'll let you.
Yeah.
let
So let me talk to it. So we have three divisions: films, which is more your traditional short stories. We also have different experimental categories there. There's music, which is really more music videos. We're calling it music because it's more aligned to, but it is music videos, and then
There's
games,
a lot
like
more.
vibe coded games. Each of those divisions has their own subcategory. So if you go on the website, you can find we have a sci-fi category, or all these different ones, each with a couple different rules that are, or time limits, depending on what you want to create. I would think that the most important thing to do right now is think of the idea, think of the story, because the tools, right? The medium is a vehicle for that. So whatever you end up making is going to be based off of that idea. And if the idea is not good, then that's going to influence things later down the line. So I think that's the most important thing. I think this should be a brainstorming stage before the competition starts on September 1st. But actually, the good news is that we are going to accept submissions from February. So if you've made anything from February of this year onwards, you'll be able to submit that to the competition. So more opportunities to win awards. And then you'll have a full 2 months to work on some new project for one of these categories. But you can start to plan it out. If you have access to the tools already, you can start to make your film right now. And then if you are able to, once you unlock more of the free trials, then you can do that. But right now, maybe use ChatGPT or use an LLM to brainstorm ideas off of, start to write a script, start to think about what skills and kind of things you want to learn and develop. There's so many great resources on YouTube for learning about these tutorials. So I'd really recommend being able to take this as a learning opportunity, see what's out there, check out our sponsors on our About page, because there are a lot of different tools that are provided. And I think it'll be a great opportunity to, even if it's whether you're a veteran, right, whether you're someone who's done this for years and years, to the person starting out and it's their very first film. We want to see it all, because we think that it's, not everyone has had that opportunity. So we hope that this is the starting point for people to, start their career or hobby as a AI creator.
This sounds so exciting, Matt. Yeah, I'm so excited to actually be able to talk to someone who's going to change the game, as we say. So let's move on. I do have one question, which may be a personal question, but I don't know. Maybe
Sure.
it could benefit someone out there. Yeah. So okay. So one problem that I seem to be facing is that AI suddenly has gotten pace in innovation and let's say clickbaitiness to their news. So we should we be agile with the times, or should we actually focus on something that we have let's say achieved a certain bit of potential to?
I think that's a great question. I think there is this hype cycle where it's overwhelming. You go online, there's a new tool released every day, there's some big announcement where it's exhausting to try and keep up with the trends and chase after them, whether it's the new tool to use, whether it's a new kind of format, right? The kind of Sasquatch, Google VO videos was very popular at one point. I think it's not worth fixating on that. I think as creators, we should think about what are those core foundational skills, because the tools are going to change, whether it's AI tools, whether it's
Bless you.
excuse me, whether it's traditional tools. The tools are always going to change. The interfaces are going to change. The way you prompt is going to change. But no matter what stays the same is your ideas as a creator, is those ways of, whether it's how do you create an interesting storyline, like a story arc. How do you, I think editing is another underlooked one where of course you could just throw your clips together, but there's some art, there's some finesse to how do you choose the right timing, how do you make sure your characters are well designed, they have interesting motivations, they have personal challenges. So I think being able to go past that surface level of just, I'm using, tool 1 or tool 2, but think about how you're using your tool and think about why you're using a tool too. What does it unlock for you? Is it, if it's a cool visual, great. If it's, something that, but what I see as a negative trend is sometimes people, like you said, using AI as a gimmick, where they use it just for the sake of using it. There's no real purpose, right? They could have just shot it on their camera, or I think you should use it intentionally. You should use it thoughtfully. For
You should
where it
spend
should.
more time on it.
Yeah. And I think, there is something to be said. If you work on a lot of projects, each project, you're going to learn something, and there's something new to the mix. So, I would focus on, as a summary, no matter what tools you're going to use, think about you yourself as a creator. Think about how you want to develop, how you want to grow as a person. And then that will make your projects even better. Yeah. I think we have time
I
for
think-
maybe one last question after this.
All right. Okay. So we got to make this question big, I guess. All right. Okay. So usually we end our AI for thought by let's say encompassing all of the ideas that we discussed into one thing that could create a seed for perhaps people who can grow it into a plant with their own perspective, right? So I want to know, Matty, from your perspective as the person who's going to bring, Project Odyssey into something way
Well,
way
not
bigger.
not Project not Project Odyssey anymore. It's Chroma Awards
Yeah,
because
I know.
that's
I know,
the
but
past
I've
the
been
past competition.
exactly. Exactly. I've been watching all of that, and then I saw that this has turned into something else entirely, right? Now 11 Labs is creating something that is going to shadow everyone else, right? It's that big. So the thing is that I digress. The question was that you, as a person who's actually introducing the vision to people, what would you recommend as the first step towards winning the Chroma Awards?
Mm. I would even reframe it. I think the winning, it's a nice to have, it's a cherry on top, but it shouldn't be the end goal. I think if you put it's similar to social media trends, right? If you care about the views, right? If you're chasing after that, if that's your metric for success of, if I win this competition, then I'm successful. I think that's not the most healthy way to think about it. I think instead, you should think about, how do I want to, what story do I want to tell and share with the world? What way do I want to really push the boundary of the technology? And hopefully that will result in a win. But I think it's not worth hyper fixating on that as the goal, but rather, looking more internally, thinking more thoughtfully about just having this as an opportunity to try the tools out, to learn, to try a new project, to tell your story. And I think if you think about it that way, whether you win or lose, whether you are a finalist or whether you, even if you just get, a couple people to watch your video, that really moves the needle. It's a marathon, not a sprint, where
That's beautifully
we're
put. Yeah.
where you're trying to go. And I think if you base your success in I think it'll burn people out. You'll say, oh, I didn't win the competition, so I'm never going to do this again. I think that's something we want to avoid. We want to say, to be able to get to the place where I want to be that artist, to be that filmmaker, to be that creative, it might take me some time, right? I might need to grow. I might make mistakes along the way. But the important part is that you get started. The hardest part is getting started, is trying it out for the first time. And from that first project, you're going to learn so much. Then you can move on to your second project and third project. And maybe by your 10th or 20th one, right? That's what makes it viral, or that's what is able to win the award. But it's a product of all the hard work you put in to get to that point. Success isn't built overnight. These skills, right, take some time to cultivate. Although we, whether it's your first film or whether you've been doing it for your career, I think it's really all about the story. It's all about your creativity at the end of the day, and you shouldn't let an award or views or upvotes really define what that means to you. You should define that for yourself.
Matty, thank you for blowing my mind and also for being on AI for Thought today. I know you have a very busy schedule, you have got a lot to do, and we've got a very little time. So while you do that, all of us are going to bring our A game to the Chroma Awards, and I really hope to see you there.
Thank you. All right. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you so much, Matty.
Great. I'm going to stop the recording here. Yeah, and feel free to